gassing me up. Except the man in the mirror. I used to work on my handles and now it's handles of liquor. I write these songs in a dark room, the candle will flicker. I stay practicing heavy for when the game's on the line.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here with Overpass. I've got a funny story from upstairs from the mainstream. Apparently, on the M.1 win game, Regin had a child on lap and a slap's gone down. They banned their main pick of Inferno, and they've now just had to play out a nuke.
No.
Yeah. So there you go. There's tales of the M.1 win game.
No
Get us kicked off
shot.
into this one. Let you stew over on that one while they're hitting the B bomb site here on that forZe side of things. Things looking pretty good. Zorte opening up with the B250 raid boss, and well, they are looking to pick up where they left off on map 1.
Looking good. Krat holding. I think he will be spotted and dropped. He will. Friend will find him. Numbers brought level. But just getting out of this door seems impossible. Okay, all right, nice shot. The question is, do they clear now result? It's a bit of a tough one. For that close position, he's full blind as well. They are doing really good work. Friend, brilliant. And Shalfie, we dropped as well. That's a perfect retake. Everything went to plan there. So I've got to give him all the credit. That's really well played from Let's Cook. All well and good. First run on the board. Starting strong as well. A lot of positives. But let's just circle right back to where we were going. Regin has a child on lap. And because of it, slaps the keyboard, bans, what, Inferno?
Yeah.
And it now means they have to go towards...
Instead of picking it, I think.
Oh, that is...
They meant to ban nuke. And then they've just been punish picked and absolutely rinsed on nuke.
Oh, yeah, and they lost 16-8 on nuke when they wanted to ban nuke. Oh, that is brutal. I bet one win were so confused when they saw that come through. Like, Endpoint have banned Inferno? Okay, all right. Endpoint have banned their best map. Fair enough. We'll take a nuke all day. I think maybe a 2-0 is brewing there as well.
Yeah. Might be the case. Certainly not the way you want to start your upper bracket battle if you are Endpoint at the moment. Talent, of course. But we are focused in on this one, Chiefs. It's going to be the door rush coming out. Down goes Bogdan, but it will be a double in from Sound. Nice and easy for him. Meanwhile, over along, we might get a fight here in just a moment. Or they're both just kind of running away, ducking and diving away from each other. No kill going to come in. But it's still a 4 versus 3 and a very healthy looking 4 versus 3 here for Let's Cook.
It's not bad. It really isn't actually too bad. Especially considering with Crad, 2 points of HP is always going to be so difficult. They have to try and catch someone off guard. Potentially with Zorta wrapping through and not being spotted on the cross. He can get in behind here. There could be a world in which timing works in his favor.
Maybe. They are unfortunately escaping him a little bit. He's not quite round the corner in the way that he'd like to be. Going to catch one reloading here? Yes, he will. However, player in on the site in the form of Friend. Nice and early. And that should see it off. They've done some damage, though. They've definitely done some damage. They take 3 kills with them. Maybe potential for another one. Shalfie really, really low, so I kind of doubt it. And he has no information to work with. 20 seconds. Probably going to go bounding onto a bomb site to his death. They're both playing separately at the moment. Banking on that fact. Shalfie might even save what he has into the next round. Not going to do that. Oh, actually, he gets an upgrade onto an A1NS, and that makes the decision for him. So he will move away and save, and let his Cook move up to 2 pretty easily.
No problem for them at all. Okay, well, you know, overall, Shalfie staying alive with an M4 A1S is that small silver lining. Not going to make a difference. The buy is going to be a bit of a wacky one in towards round number 3. Let us Cook. Not bad. Not bad. They needed this sort of strong in towards Overpass after a pretty lackluster first map. Their pick as well of Ancient wasn't exactly a dream. They needed to come in towards forZe's map pick of Overpass. Arguably their best map as well. And see whether they can find some form. And this is really not a bad start at all. T-Side of Overpass is a cruel mistress though. So I'm not going to count out anything as of just yet from forZe.
Oh, nice find coming in from Resalt there. Is there an opportunity for a trade? There isn't. Blitz looking crisp. To make sure they get the advantage. And an advanced position from Twist is going to give them a lot of information. Really good spot for Let Us Cook right now. Where do they go from here? I mean, they were hoping that the pushing towards... Ooh, connector was going to be effective. 3 versus 3. Still, the A1S is in action. That's the big thing here that they've got to work with. But ultimately, the round itself still looking pretty good for Let Us Cook.
Swinging in. Easy. So free for Sound. Shelby will be dropped. The FAMAS as well, alongside the bomb. Leaves Crowder all alone. One kill to his name, and that's all he will remain on as a 3-0 start. Relatively comfortable, all things considered. Only the 2 casualties. Not too bad at all. 3-0. Now, for, of course, the T-side, unfortunately, where we were kind of talking about them having, you know, solidified economy. Not exactly the most solid. Galil for Shelfie. Small amount of util. That's the team should be okay. Zorta in towards that AWP. This is a must convert for forZe. They have to find success here, or things start to get really dicey.
Nade stack early on doesn't do any damage. They're going to have made it across already, so we'll see. Let Us Cook. Starting off well on Overpass, it's absolutely what they needed. After you get written off like that on a map, you need to start off with a clean one, and that's exactly what they've done. Exactly what they've done. However, this round starts off, you know, a little slower than maybe they were expecting. Ultimately, nothing panning out just yet. We've nearly had a minute gone, and it's been just the usual. Oh, trade-off of utility. Friend goes digging for some information. Going to take Jerry down. Not ready for that at all. Meanwhile, in towards A, they're moving fast over here. This is going to be heard, but still, they're going to gain a lot of control on towards this site. I don't know if there's really any time to catch any breath for either of the players involved. Round they'll work. Twist ready in towards long. He's going to get checked. He will now, and he gets taken down. Pretty big frag coming in. 4 versus 4. Where's the rest of the A defense? The AWP holding the backside will take out Blitz. The bomb slowly but surely making its way over. Friend chiming in. The AWP's doing all the work right now. However, Resalt in a really good spot. Could go pushing in if he wants. I don't think they consider him at all. 30 seconds to get in towards the site. This is so weird. This is really weird. Bomb's not crossed yet. Resalt to spot the hands of another. Oh, and finds them both. Beautifully played. Comes to action at the right time there for forZe. That'll allow them to get the bomb down and should allow them to pick up the round as well.
A little bit nervous. Going to tap it. Just unsure about the smoke. Little as you know. Sound is nowhere to be seen. He's saving that AK deep in towards connector. He'll park up in towards their spawn. No issues. Not going to go near it. He might, you know, stay somewhere in the vicinity of mid to look forward towards exits. I don't think he'll be given all too much. So all things considered, not bad. Not bad for forZe. We said that was a must convert. They do exactly that. 3 remaining alive as well, and the bomb plant. All things considered, it'll be a very comfortable buy for them heading in towards next. Not exactly the same story for Let Us Cook either. Despite them having success, their success has come at a cost. So because of it, it will mean that the buy is going to be a little bit uncomfortable in towards next. Friend Bogdan, not a lot of money for them to work with. Even Blitz, not great. Sound can potentially drop 1. Twist can buy 1. But that'll be all they really have. It might actually be a bit of a half buy into the next. Unless you want to fully invest and essentially have nothing. That is looking like the case. So, 1 dropped over at MP9, picked up a Bogdan down to just a Deagle. Not a dream buy. Not a dream buy at all. And in that being said, for forZe, actually a very good opportunity for them to start getting closer and closer to the CT side already. And start chipping away at that deficit before it can really even build up comfortably.
Quiet and safe into this round for Let Us Cook. They absolutely know the position that they're in. A really important round. They've decided to go for it. Of course they would, right? A mixy team like this would definitely want to send it. Can they make it work? They have to, at the very least, make it competitive and really make sure that they find themselves a good position off the back of this round. Starting off, going to be the push in towards from Resalt, not checking his angles, gets taken down. That is the best way to start. The Deagle up close here, good for 1. Can the guy hidden away, playing out the bait spot, pull off the impossible? He's only good for 1. However, where's this kill come in? Twist managed to find 1 there. In all the carnage, I believe out towards middle by the looks of things. Either way, it's a man advantage for Let Us Cook when the dust settles, and an absolutely brilliant setup coming through from them.
What do they do? Jerry and Crad, you can just sort of see the perplexed. Where do we go? What positions do we know of? Well, nothing really. They've just got no control. There is no way they can find some success right now. I think even you can make, you know, arguments about them going for a save call. Both Jerry and Crad only a kill apiece. The impact players both dead. And of course, early doors being that of Zorta and Results. I don't think saving's even a bad call. Having a couple of AKs to work with would be nice, but they're going to give it a go. Looking in. Time is ticking. They've got 10 seconds and Sound's flanking. There's no way they can have anything. Twitch will find one. That's a brilliant little hold there over toward the A side. Oh, so easy. And the lead once again extended back up towards 3. Let us cook a much more solidified start in towards our opponent's map pick. And potentially the arguments about amount number 3 still kind of slightly open in terms of the door. Gotta say though, forZe not exactly looking like the dominant side we saw in towards the T side of Ancient, not on towards Overpass. I know they're completely different maps in terms of the way they're played, but right now forZe are just not getting that control.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a difficult round to deal with. They've been pushed in kind of on all angles on towards the A-bomb site. It's exactly what Let Us Cook have got to do. Something active, something forward-facing. And then make that work, go from there. It's exactly what the Doctor ordered, essentially. Oh, a hero AK buy into this round for Jerry. Nearly finds a frag, you know. It's a bit of a shame that he didn't. Would have been a great start into this here round number 6. Gonna go jumping up, looking for the boost. Finding their time, waiting for it. They will find a frag as well. It's a finish off from the earlier player. No, actually, it's not. Sorry, Bogdan is still alive and low. So that's pretty massive. That is actually really, really big, the fact that they're able to come away with a kill there. They were holding for the boost, but they could not find the frag. Would have made all the difference. It escapes them for now. They'll see if they can find it later on in the round, but back down to even Stevens. 50 seconds. Wide swing coming in from Bogdan, and certainly ill-advised on low HP will go down. And Twist doing the same. Jerry will get 2 with that hero AK, 3 for the round. Weapons going to start to be retrieved now, and AWP is one of them that remains here for the CT side. They're not really all that bothered, therefore, about the HP. So, kind of a mess. Kind of a mess here, and Let Us Cook. I think you give this. I don't think you fight this. I don't think you go for this. I think this is a round that you have to concede.
I would call it, especially with that AWP in play. It looks like they want to give it a go. No, they're going to fall away. You can kind of see them yeah, I think Blitz is indicating very much so that the frustration's creeping through. I thought he was going to look over towards stairs and maybe creep down into towards heaven, see if they can find a pick, but no, they're falling away. Going to save over towards long, and they should save no problems asked. That's a bit of a lifeline, let's call it, extended over towards that forZe side. That's one of those rounds where they really shouldn't be walking away with. And the fact that they do, with only 1 casualty, really not too bad. We're still looking at some of those individuals over towards forZe, especially the likes of Shalfie, to have a little bit more impact. He's struggling to get on the board, but if he does, that's when they'll get back in control. forZe to be called. Deficit at just 2 for forZe right now. It's been sporadic in terms of the success. If they can start finding that consistency like they did on Ancient, especially in that second half, this series will be done in mere moments. Right now, all I'm really looking over towards forZe is just setting up some sort of a stable T side, because we know they're a much better team when it comes towards the CT side on this map.
Those are the rounds, man. Those are the rounds that are going to battle and find you the swing percentages that you need. Let Us Cook will be kicking themselves. They let something like that fall south. As you said, the frustration's visible. Yeah, and now a pause coming in as well. Probably to talk a little bit about the econ, how they want to work this through. Whether they want to try and go for something. It looks like they will do sound buy-in, maybe prematurely, but ultimately sound buying, and that will mean the rest of the team has to follow suit. You've got to do the same thing with the economy every time. That's usually how it goes in Counter-Strike. That would be Global Offensive. No CS2 just yet, but, you know, I'm chomping at the bit, mate. Give me that beta right now.
Soon, man. I feel like it's going to be very, very soon. It's honestly a world in which it comes out today. Valve always do their updates on Tuesdays. It genuinely...
It would be crazy. We've just had a case in Go, so I don't know. I guess it would only be the beta or whatever, but, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot all at once. You know, usually the cases, operations, and the major updates are the big ones. And yeah, it would be quite something if we got a case and then very shortly after CS2. But we're all after it as soon as talking starts, you know. When you got Richie Lou reporting on it, then you know it's the truth.
There's a lot of smoke, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Surely.
Ooh,
it's
nice.
It's coming soon. Nice nade coming through as well. Sound up to 46. Twist 64. Missed shot from friend as well. Cost him his life. Not a great start for Les Cook in round number 7.
Oh, and the boost, unable to find a frag as well. They were looking for the trade there on that boost. It doesn't happen for them. The AWP going to be taken out of the action. Make sure that there's no one around to save it. Might even get thrown out the map if they really play it down to a T on the forZe side. What now? What now? A re-aggress coming in from Lettuce Cook here to retake the short water control. Oh, fights are teasing themselves. Meanwhile, on the edge of the smoke, Bogdan going to find Shalfie trying to get cheeky. So back into a 4-on-4, but they know, you know, with that short presence, with that monster presence, there's got to be a lot in towards the B bomb site, right, guys? So let's make this A bomb site work. And in fact, the call would be totally correct because there's no one on A, and we might just see another save round come in from Lettuce Cook.
Bomb goes down. They're falling away. I think it actually might be the case. I don't think they're going to go near it. Yeah, they've caught it. There we go. Four's up to their third. Lettuce Cook want nothing to do with it. I think it's actually probably the smart call. Trying to pug their way back in towards that A site, especially when the numbers are level. Not exactly a nice position for them to be in. So I can fully understand. Both teams can have a little poke around. Maybe see if he can find an exit kill. There's potential. Definitely is potential. Yeah, with the hold and wait. Four's up to that third. No problems are. It's going to X out towards long. No one going to meet them. Potentially, if they overextend, they might walk in towards that playground player. Actually, they're sort of expecting it. Bogdan, he's tucked in the corner. I think he was spotted on the shake of the bomb going off, though. He is able to cross. So good timing. That being said, four's will go up to their third. Not a bad little resurgence from them, especially considering that things were early doors starting to slowly get out of hand. Now they're back in control and start to run the punches. We said if this side can find consistency on towards the T side, at least build up a little bit of a repertoire before going into the much more favorable CT, they'll be in a strong position. Right now, not too bad at all.
We'll see. It's these types of rounds that are really going to earn them their credit here on the CT side. Flash comes round, gets the player off the boost angle. They will know that the AWP is in action then. Wild. Shalfie's made his way in pretty deep here. Confirms there's one chilling at the barrels. Very slowly they're working their way around on this T side. There's utility going down. No fights as yet, though. forZe playing very far back as is. Slowly but surely looking to gain control. Shalfie might have just had the back of his foot spot. I'm not quite sure if that was the X-ray spilling over a little. Either way, they really want to get Shalfie activated, and there's no opportunities for him.
Right now, just really not being given too much Shalfie. He's not having the impact that we sort of hope of him. Also coming through from crowd. One will stick out in front of it. Jerry sitting close. Will fall their hands of sound. Friendly side of the map, dropping crowd. Here's the opening double. Shalfie's got space. We're looking for impact from him. Well, there's one. We'll find sound. That'll crack open that B site. Now can he lock it off?
Twist. Not ready for him to be up so aggressive. A little bit of an oversight coming in from Twist. Friend as well. Going to be kept at bay by Result here. 2 in towards short. Looking to boost above the smoke. Not really going to work for anything. Shalfie's coming up behind once again. Looking for the positional play. Should be a double for Shalfie. Oh, the smoke goes down a bit awkwardly. He finds one. Knows there's got to be a second one around. Doesn't win that fight out, though. Could make all the difference. Sorte hidden away. Friend trying to find him. Smoke down. Allows the cross to come in. Meanwhile, the AWP up close going to find one. Sorte unable to find anything onto the Deagle. There's not a lot of time. But they will just about manage to get onto the bomb. Just before that 10-second timer goes off. A massive round from Lettuce Cook coming through.
Huge from them, especially considering once they lost control of that B site, you were starting to think maybe this one could be crumbling. Well, no. I kind of thought, honestly, if forZe like that, get up to that 4-all scoreline, I start to kind of build narratives and storylines about them seeing off the half. Now, at the very least, a little bit of comfort brought back over towards that CT side. Full boys out both ways. the economy considerably more stable over towards that T side. Win or lose here, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem over towards forZe. Not the same for Let Us Cook. Even if Let Us Cook win the round but lose, what, 3-4 casualties, they can still struggle in terms of a buy. Deep Bay coming through, but already Crowd getting a lot of space, and it cost him his life.
The double up setup, the pesky double up setup, getting away his sound chiming as well. So that's the 5-on-3 secured pretty quickly, same as the scoreline overhead. Let Us Cook looking to extend that lead with a pretty good CT side here. We didn't see much from their CT side on Ancient, and we were really expecting stuff out of it. This is a new look, and this is a better look. forZe maybe playing a bit disrespectfully in some of these rounds, and it's costing them the swings. It really is. Down to just 3. Minute and 5 left on the clock. Creeping around the corner. Friend with the flick. Easy look for him, and now just Resalt and Zorte to try and pick up the pieces. They've got some long presence. Doesn't really matter. Losing heads left, right, and center. Just going to be Zorte the AWPer then to try and take a name or two and make it costly. Might even save what he's got into the next round if he can get out, though. Because they are once again economically defunct. I think he's just been spotted, meanwhile. Not quite sure. It looks like maybe. They are pretty wary of the banana area, and that would be the correct call. He's just going to chill around here for 30 seconds, I think, and try and save what he can into the next round. Goes for a swing. Loses himself, though. And yeah, it was a lot of time to save for. Maybe needed to fight one angle or the other. Nonetheless, doubling the scoreline now. Let Us Cook move up to 6.
It's a very important round to pick up as well for Let Us Cook. The fact that they can do it flawlessly really adds to us starting to build a couple of stories about them maybe going in towards the half with confidence and transitioning that in towards what is a somewhat stable T side. All they need is just, you know, the odd round here or there to keep this lead in their favor. Right now for forZe, like we said, it's just not been that same performance that we saw over towards Ancient. Not that dominant display that we're seeing where they take control and really force that Let Us Cook side to be inconsistent and uncomfortable. I mean, right now, this has been actually a pretty decent display from the CTs. A lot of YouTube coming through. They're flying out towards B. Sound to be tested. And passes the first with flying colors.
Oh, another one as well coming in for him. Looking good on the AWP. Making it happen. Sound not missing. He'll miss out on the ace. But other than that, all the bullets ringing true. 4 for 4. 7 up for Let Us Cook. They can do no wrong right now. The double up setup running rampant. Sound not even the AWPer, but he's able to somehow make that work. 12 and 2, 12 and 4 for Friend. They are running rings around him right now. forZe are stuck.
A double up setup gets scarier considering how well these two have been playing. As you were talking about, both of them have been flying. Friend, new boy to the team. Sound primarily at times the rifler here, but looking just so comfortable with the big green. Pistols out for forZe, but they're in such an uncomfortable position in terms of the macro sense of this map. This is meant to be their best map on paper. They're insta-pick, their go-to. And it's not looking good. Twist, lovely little triple spray down. So easy for him. Jerry or trade. But already a 2 versus 4 ensues, and 4 stuck between a rock and a hard place.
This is really starting to look scary now. Already hitting it on the Let Us Cook side of things will mean, of course, they can have that magical advantage. Be looking for a bit more than that, Jerry. Doing well on the P250 apparently, but that is going to be all she wrote for the round. And now forZe, the hard work begins. They've got a long run back here. And they've got to make this half first palatable, right? 5 or 6 we're looking for. And then if they can bring it up to 7, that would be quite something to hit 4 in a row. But ultimately, this half getting away from them, really problematic.
I think already right now, we've got to start ringing off maybe, you know, potentially an alarm bell or two. This really isn't looking like the forZe we know and love from prior. Gotta say, I'm not feeling too sure about this one. That map 3 might actually be needed. We never really considered it on paper, and we did say as well that if it does get there, things will look really good for forZe. Right now, they are falling quite considerably behind. Not about start. Crowd to find the first. You expect the second. Blitz, lovely bubble. Great flash from Friend. He'll make it a third as well. That's the bomb down. And potentially the round in jeopardy once again.
This is it, man. The pressure off plays. Pressure off plays from Let Us Cook. Super aggressive. So confident. They don't care. They're already a map down. They're not expected to win this one. They know that. They do not care. Just Shalfie alone. And what's he going to do? I mean, there's not really anything that he can do here. I think he's looking to hold on to his AK ultimately for a minute. Just going to chill at the back of the map and, yeah, get us in for kind of a boring one. So, we can talk about Let Us Cook, though. Oh, man, this is super impressive. They're really getting all the individuals activated. We've seen great rounds out from Sound. Great round out from Blitz here, of course. That flash was just immaculate. And they show no signs of slowing down. This could result in a pretty scary first half coming in from them. They are not too far away from double digits, and they've got potential to go even further than that.
I gotta agree. This is really looking good for the CT side. Not expected at all. Like we were saying, you know, statistically, this is a very strong mark for forZe. If they're given the option, they will pick into Overpass more often than not. I know things are just falling apart. We're only really seeing, you know, a couple of instances where maybe things look okay over towards this forZe side. In the fragging department, not been good. Not at all. Look at the stats on paper. Just to bring this out here. forZe have played Overpass, like we said. They go to pick, and they get given the option. They'll always go to Overpass 24 times in the last 3 months. That is ridiculous. 24 times in the last 3 months they have played this map. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, they go to just astounding numbers. In the last 6 months, 35 times forZe have played it with a 65% win rate. That is pretty astonishing. And for them to be falling so far behind right now either shows that they're having an off day, or maybe Let Us Cook have done their research.
Yeah, I think there's maybe an element of both. I think as well, forZe maybe getting complacent. Oh, flash comes in, ineffective. But yeah, definitely some complacency in from the forZe side of things at the end of the day, and I think that it's really becoming an issue that, you know, just seeing them play some very individually based Counter-Strike, maybe counting their eggs before they've hatched, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Shalfie gonna find it. What was going on there? Some 4x3s all over the shop. That's actually a pretty big kill. There's still 2 waiting on this B-bomb. Hard for them unless the AWP misses the shot. Of course, Twist gonna run out of ammo and will go down. Only 1 remaining out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me this is the way that forZe get back into the game, get themselves a respectable first half. It all starts here with not even a half buy. I think half buy is generous on this one. They had a couple of saved rifles, but ultimately it should have been Let Us Cook's round every day of the week. They had 4 on the B-bomb site as well. They'd read into it. They were ready.
If they can get to 5 for forZe in towards this half, we'll take the silver linings. Friend can have a little poke around. I don't think he was spotted. He's trying to get deep in towards an exit. Potentially, actually, if he posts up at the AWP, it could cause a problem or two. Hang on a second. Who can no-scope the first? It will be Zort. No one saving over towards Let Us Cook. Not going to be all too much of a problem. They can reinvest in towards the AWPs. No bother. Friend 12k, Sound 10, Blitz 10. Money is no problem, but still, you do want to make sure that you don't allow forZe to find form in towards the latter stages of this first half. If forZe go in, you know, the likes of a 6, which is kind of the best case scenario right now, it could just give them a bit of renewed confidence heading in towards their CT side.
It's possible. Very, very possible. Blitz, nice find. Crad with the trade. It is there, but it's laborsome. Got to be careful on the way out as well. That he doesn't go down to the spam from 2 rifles. Meanwhile, Result just looking to walk through the smoke, get aggressive. He gets the perfect timing. Sound is going to be so annoyed. Maybe even a few swears dropped, to be honest with you. That is very unfortunate indeed, but it will result now in just 3 remaining for Let Us Cook. Looking very good for forZe.
Not looking bad. Not looking bad, but U2 coming through. You might catch him in terms of the rotation. It's a good position. It's very hard to clear this one, but it is much easier if you turn your back. Drop the bomb as well. If Crad holds down the fort, he's all right, but timing gets the better of him. Smoke will come through. Result still parked up. I think a barrel spotter there as well. I don't think that was even just the old X-ray for us. I think he spotted the barrel surely of Twist in towards Sandbags. No! Back turned, another kill going the way of Let Us Cook. Off the back of just timing. Thankfully, a quick trade to come through. Bomb still needs to be collected. His friend will rotate all the way back over towards stairs. I think off the back of that. In fact, forZe can go back towards A.
Yeah, miscalculation here. Friend went for it. He really tried to sell it. Bit of a miss Molotov. Thank goodness there's no one around on the side itself. But it does give the game away. He's on the way. Numbers tapped in. Friends, this would be massive. They've gotten themselves into those good post-plant positions, but they are split. Perfect for the AWP to play around. Ready for the one towards long. Whoa, still gets taken down even though he goes flying around that corner. Massive frag from Zorte. A massive round for forZe. But they really are on a knife edge in these rounds. It is definitely out there that we could see double digits for Let Us Cook.
Yeah, no, we honestly could. I mean, right now, Let Us Cook, like we said, just make sure you don't allow this forZe side to go in with confidence into the second half. That'll open the door right back up for them seeing the series off in a 2-0 fashion. In a way, sort of how we expected. Let Us Cook, the way they started towards their opponent's map peak, they were taking it to them. And that's a good way through it once again. Friend, nice start. Zortel fall.
Another pickup coming in for Friend on the AWP then. Sound going to find Crad trying to get cheeky through the smoke. It worked in the previous round. Not in this one, my friend. Resalt. We'll find 2. Quite enough for our money just yet. We'll try and very quickly move through. Meanwhile, Jerry sticking around, edge of the smoke stuff. There's a boost. He goes prying. You never know. He might get away with it here. They're all on B. Smoke comes down. Jerry shadow spotted and finished. Okay, they were ready for any kind of avenue of attack. Just going to be resalt then to save the half. 5 good enough. 6 would have been great. It looks like that's not going to happen. 33 HP. The only thing standing in between Let Us Cook and 10 rounds. In comes the peak. And in comes the finish. Easily done. That will be 10-5 at the turn of the half. A hell of a turnaround. Not looking too bad for Let Us Cook. Is it enough? That is the big question on everyone's lips. Find out after the break. Welcome back to half number 2. 10-5 in for Let Us Cook. They are looking to stay alive here. Already a map down. forZe, meanwhile. Is 5 going to be enough for them? The pistol here carries an awful lot of weight, as it so often does. Zorte going to be the first line of defense. Gets pushed away. They're coming in thick and fast here towards the middle area. All of them together on that Let Us Cook side, just charging up. It's going to be a B stack. And that might just be the wrong call. They don't have a kit available here for forZe, so this is going to be a very quick retake that has to come in. Meanwhile, there is a fight about to happen on the back end. It's going to be won out by Friend on that P250. He was holding off on the angles here, looking to keep another one at bay as well in the form of Shalfie. Tags him down, finds his head. And those are two very, very big frags coming in for Friend. And, of course, Let Us Cook at large. result been looking good all day long. Manages to find one to break into this retake here. They're so pushed forward. Flash comes round. Not effective enough, and the Glocks at this range are deadly. Easy stuff coming in. Let Us Cook will get number 11.
And I was saying to you, kind of in the break there, half time, I feel like if Let Us Cook get the pistol and then the force by this round here, I feel like it's done. I can't see, you know, how forZe are going to be able to claw this one back from such a deficit. I mean, realistically, it's looking like 12 is looming. Full buy coming out for forZe in response, but all they've got to bring to the table, one FAMAS, one MP9, a Scout, and a couple of Deagles. It doesn't fill me with joy at all. The forZe on the map in which they've been notoriously so strong on are just looking so shaky right now.
Really surprising to see. forZe are a little bit down in the mud on this one, and it really is kind of a letdown in a sense. We were expecting, you know, they find that first map and they should be able to get the 2-0 pretty cleanly, but maybe they were thinking the same. That's what we talked about a little bit, that they're just getting, you know, way ahead of themselves. Slow and sure here from Let Us Cook. They want to make sure that they're not dropping around like this. Oh, spotted some toes. Monster smoke coming in. result being kept in position. He's the only one on B, mind you. I think the rotations are now starting to come in. The game given away ever so slightly, but flashes towards short water. Make it a bit more weird. Are they going to go up the connector? Are they just going to go short to B? This is very risky. Tight choke point. result up close and personal with the MP9 as well. Good for one. Looking for a little bit more. Nearly gets it. Deagle comes in. Finds one. Finds damage onto 2 more. Absolute pandemonium over on the B bomb site here. FAMAS yet to chime in as well. The Scout at range could drop both these players in an instant. The damage coming in. Here's the flank from short. And there's the round going the way of forZe.
Whew, okay, all right. Maybe it's still on. I was kind of, you know, under the impression that this one was done. You know, done, dead in the water. We're seeing forZe fall flat there. A very janky full investment coming in. And Let Us Cook, we're going to see it off with a slightly better firepower. Not too big. 5-round deficit. Looks a little bit more doable when you consider that Let Us Cook potentially only got, what, 2 full buys in that space? Really, really on the cards now for stuff to start falling in place of forZe on the CT side. I'm assuming a miss Molotov there in towards their own spawn. But for forZe, not too bad of a position. Teammate coming through. Only a little bit of damage. Just pistols for Let Us Cook in towards round number 18. Realistically, we're not expecting all too much.
Long stack from Let Us Cook. All out here with the Deagles, looking around. Looking around. There's nobody around here, though. It's a really passive setup from forZe to put up the protection. Oh, Shalfie firing by accident. What is going on? It's a little bit of a weird round, a little bit of a funky one. Minute left on the clock. No action seen as yet. Here's the first beat that comes through. It's a nice little 2-man setup. Careful on the mouse one. Crad will go down a bit too easily. Rough game for sure. There's the flank coming round from Jerry. And he looks good. Jerry's looked great across the course of this series. Deagles ringing off. It does scare me a little. You will lose your head eventually if you're not careful. They've done the damage. Not going to find the round, though. There's the final flank from Jerry coming in, getting some eco frags to boot. Moving up to 7. forZe closing that gap.
I'm going to say, there's a couple of questionable moments here or there which do make you feel ever so slightly shaky. But all things considered, right now it's been not too bad at all. forZe just to open that door back up. Started having a conversation about them finding some form. The Ricardo eco coming through. But let's cook. We kind of assume that double eco here is the second part of it. So forZe can get themselves up towards 8. As long as it's not made too expensive, no problems are for Shalfie. Listening to noise, he'll cut the noise himself. Swinging towards him. Easy eco prize 2. To his name as Jerry and Zort will come to clean it all up. All down to twists. Just a Glock. That'll be funny. Shouldn't find anything. 1 casualty. Not that bad, Scriff.
Yeah, clean stuff here coming in. forZe looking pretty good. Closing that gap quite quickly. That is indeed how it's going to be at the end of the round as well. Now we start talking, though. 3 rounds in the diff. Let us cook yet to put a round up with the rifles on their T side. This is where it really starts to matter. It comes out a little later than usual, but they will have a good one to work with. And I, for one, am chomping at the bit to see what they come up with here.
We're kind of saying as well, for Let Us Cook, with that gap that they built up, yeah, the 5-round buffer was lovely. Actually, 6 at one point. One of those things, they kind of only had, what, 2 full buys? Here's one of them. Don't find success here, especially if they're in front of bomb plan as well. forZe, find 9. Let Us Cook won't have a buy, but they should find 10 as well. There's a real potential to come through as well. Crowd will find the first one. Spotted. A little bit of messy spray with Jerry delivering on the left. This first full buy for Let Us Cook on the T side. Not looking too conclusive right now.
Yeah, the boost. Simple setup coming in from the CT side. Jerry going to go peeking in. Manages to find 1. Setup for the second. Jerry on fire right now. He's found about 6 kills, I think, in the past couple of rounds. Really solid stuff. Result will go down. It gives the position away of sound. They'll be happy with that. I mean, they've got the bomb. They don't really have anything to complain about right now on the forward side. Pixel. Oh, okay, let Shalfie down. Maybe that's why we don't see it as much anymore. So we've got to watch out. There are some low HP bars here. He's got 50 seconds to work with, and they might have to concede the bomb to him in a moment or two. Flash comes in. Going to smoke off short, but it's the 2 low HP players that are on the B bomb site. Jerry, got to be very careful around this corner. He's so low. 1 bullet will make all the difference. Bomb gets retrieved. Double peek comes in, though, and that's the difference maker. Thank goodness they were set up and ready to go for that one, because for a moment it was a bit clench time. forZe, though, up to 9.
Well, for Let Us Cook, with no bomb blunt, like we said, it's all well and good. They get a loss bonus built up, but this is not a bonus they want to be building. Not at all. Not a position they're feeling comfortable with at all. I wouldn't actually mind a little pause coming through, a little tack pause in towards round number 22, right? Prior to their next full buy. I wouldn't mind seeing one come through. Let Us Cook, have a conversation. Let Snacks and Bogdan kind of combine their clever minds. Do something to make a difference. Right now, things aren't looking comfortable. That's the bomb drop. Then you already start to feel potentially the round as well. All the information gained, they can just start to swarm around that position. It will be collected back into the hands of Blitz as he bunny hops away towards short water. Let Us Cook already at the disadvantage.
Yeah, another one coming in as well. Crad with the spam. Going to find a second. Absolutely massive stuff. Shalfie making it look clean. This was the half buy. Bogdan went a little deep on it as well, to be fair. He spent a fair bit. They will be able to buy into the next, but the gap has closed exponentially. So fast here from forZe. Really quick stuff. Let Us Cook, shaking, quaking. They got the pistol. They lost the force buy. And we were starting to call it. We were starting to say, look, this one might just be over off the back of said force buy, but they couldn't get it over the line, and they will be kicking themselves. So that is the trend that they've found themselves down now.
This is exactly what we saw at times over towards Ancient. Let Us Cook, they always try to kind of win these T-side rounds in the first kind of 30 seconds. They're always taking contact, trying to fly their way out. They're not kind of, you know, baiting on that CT utility or doing anything on a little bit more of a slow, methodical approach. And we saw this a lot over towards Ancient, where in a matter of mere moments, we were saying, you know, what, 5-6 rounds were found in favor of forZe, and we hadn't even had 10 minutes time played in that first map, and we're seeing a sort of a similar story here. Let Us Cook on the T side, always very quick in their actions. And I honestly think their pacing that they set, their tempo at delivering could actually be kind of their worst nightmare. In some instances, right now, only 1 round the difference. Here's the second full buy that I was kind of forewarning. And Let Us Cook can't find it. forZe will not only tie the game up, but potentially a really good opportunity to take a lead and start seeing off their map pick in the series.
Really good run back so far. The question is, how far does it go from here? I think we're in a bit more of a technical pause. So bear with us on that, folks. It feels like it's going a bit longer here. We'll try and fill you in with some info if we can. But as soon as I say that, we're back into the action. So all good in the hood. Absolutely no problems at all. All right. Problems are on the server, of course. Let us cook. Certainly at the moment, they have been stewing for a while. Haha. As they've been trying to work out their first round. Dreadful.
I like it. I'll give it
work out their first round. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'll take the Neokai kudos. Thanks very much. But, yeah. They want to make the rounds work. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. It really has not looked good for them throughout the early portions of this second half, and they are starting to feel the burn. The rounds dropping away like it's going out of fashion. Let's find the first. Crad. Oh, he's not going to be able... It's actually Zorte that goes down, excuse me. All the same blitzes round 2. Absolutely ridiculous entries. And they are just playing the individually based game at the moment. Jerry standing strong, as he always seems to do. It will bring it back to a 2 versus 2. How have we gotten here? Jerry finds Bogdan. What? Oh, God, let us cook. They were in such a good position, and now all of a sudden it's a 2 versus 1. They started to count the eggs before they even shook to hatch, let alone broke out. And they've all gone charging in. They've all gone dropping. Oh, what a mare of a round. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, found. Does make you think, is this one already kind of done and dusted? At the very least, they can pick up the bomb. It's just a case of what does Blitz do with it? And actually, how do forZe set up? Do they play for the numbers in terms of a kind of a 2v1 scenario? Do they split up? Searching for clues. It's looking like that's the case. Jerry can keep dumping his util over towards Monster. Smoke coming through. And he'll molly on the other side as well. That now forces Blitz, if he has to or wants to, over towards that short position. Jerry will just park up. Time's ticking. It's how the worst enemy of Blitz is the clock. 15 seconds to work with. Jerry's head up. He spotted him as well. That's it, surely. All she wrote. He looked on the side. Spotted out his drop. Jerry has had a masterclass around there. 3 kills to his name, 2 for Shalfie, and they turn what was a lost round back in their favor. No bomb plant for Let Us Cook, and forZe will tie this game back up from a 6-round deficit. 11-5 we were. Look where we stand right now, and it all started with that force fight. The second round of this second half going in favor of forZe, and every puzzle piece just start to fall into forZe's place. Honestly, Let Us Cook. They might have used everything in the tank now.
Yeah, so much ridiculousness, man. Honestly, like, that last round is just absolutely insane. You can see the ripple effect of it as well. Sound, I think, goes a bit early. It is a hero AK. I suppose you can kind of make that work, but I think he perhaps should have gone somewhere down the middle. We'll see what he can get done with it. Meanwhile, first kill comes in. Twist was on the Mac 10, hoping to just charge in, play crazy, play aggressive. Nothing working for Let Us Cook here. They absolutely cannot buy a round if they, you know, had all the money in the world. Disaster. Absolute disaster coming in at the moment. Yeah. But we'll see. Still time. Still space. Jerry. Slowly but surely working his way through short water in towards connector to find another.
What do they do here? AK in the hands of Sound, but alongside that with the P250 and Deagle, it just feels like a lost cause. Flash comes over. Not going to cause too much of an issue. Time once again starting to slowly become an issue. It's looking like a commit over towards A. There's 3 players here and a 4th not far off. I can't see a world. It's being held for. Maybe touching towards the corner, which could make things problematic towards Crad. He now has to be bailed out, but a molly will come through. And once again, I think for Let Us Cook, especially for Sound, just save.
Yeah, they might move towards that now. 20 seconds. Maybe if they got the kill on towards long, but it didn't happen for them. Friend still pushing forwards. As is Blitz. 10 seconds, though, guys. You got to die at some point, to be honest. They're going to try and just charge forward. Zorte finding 2 all too easily. Sound had already moved away to save. I guess they were just trying to go for it with the pistols. Doesn't really matter too much. Wanting to get the loss bonus in, I guess you could say. And at the end of the day, the 12 coming in pretty cleanly there from forZe.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. They've taken a lead. For the first time in a long time. forZe taking the lead here, but they have been in control for quite a while. This has just been brilliant. Like we said, 11-5 all the way now to 12-11. What a resurgence, what a turnaround, but what a crumble from Let Us Cook. And I think mentally they're so deflated right now. They just cannot seem to fathom success at the moment. And this is the thing that forZe can do. They can just chip you away bit by bit. All your confidence just starts to whisk away. They're feeling it now. By coming out, Zorta holding. A lot of noise being heard as well. He'll know all too well about this. He's just waiting for someone to walk in towards the scope.
Yep. Easy for Zorta. Been hitting those all day long. Been hitting them all day long, baby. And another entry comes his way. Let Us Cook again, letting things slip in the early portions of the round. Yep. It's just not good enough. Not good enough against the forZe CT side. They are running a clinic right now. It's just all too easy for them. Another kill comes in. That one through smoke. That one's a little unlucky. All right. I'm not going to call any names out, any mistakes out on that one. It's not like it's a wide swing early on in the round or anything like that. That's just unfortunate the way that it goes sometimes. Nice find coming in from Sound. Two players on the short area. Just got to watch how this refrag goes. It's going to be posted up on a held for Bogdan goes down. Sound around to find the trade. Is there a trade onto him? The hunt begins for it. Yep. Oh, no, he actually wins the fight out. Okay, I called it a little bit too early, and I will be indeed punished for that one. So, a 2 versus 2 that is maybe on here. Flank being held by Sound. Really well read. Down goes Crad. Now just Zorta. He's melting. He pushes forward, trying to get aggressive off the back of the bomb plant, but Friend drops him out of the sky. And now we're 12-12. It might be the first round they've picked up in a while. But it's still damn important to even us back up.
It's huge, right? I think for Let Us Cook, they needed something, some sort of confidence. The thing that doesn't kind of ensue me and you with confidence is what money they had left over. Yes, they're finding around. Yes, they're finding a bomb plant and success. But it's still at such a cost. So look at the buy coming through. We can see a glue into the hands of Bogdan. Utility, maybe a little bit on the lacking side where they can have to go towards flashes rather than the old Molotovs as they're more expensive. So, Let Us Cook. Failure to find success here. Not only nets forZe back in the lead at 13, but should put them really in control. Hang on a second. Silence died to throw Molotov. He was full blind from Bogdan's flash, and he died in his own flames with 4 versus 4.
Chaos. Abject chaos once again. Oh my goodness. The game never lets up, does it? They're absolutely playing thick and fast on that Let Us Cook side of things. Oh, big fight here. It is Shalfie sneaking around on that secondary angle. Zorta going to find Bogdan getting giddy on B. Now the man advantage with a minute left and hardly any map control to speak of. They do have control of the bathrooms, though. That at the very least has been fought for. Has that been called out? Has that been said that, yo, they could have control of this? Meanwhile, Jerry going to go digging for information. Gets a catch onto one. I don't think they're still going to be ready for the AWP. There it is. Chimes in onto Zorta. Gets a nade out. Oh, awkward fight onto Twist as well. So a 2 versus 2 ensuing. Jerry has got control of the bomb. They want to give it up. They're going to try and spam him down. The AWP as well looking to get a little giddy in on this one. They've still not picked up the bomb. Flying in goes Jerry. Thought they had the bomb. Because, of course, it's just going to be down to Result. Shot missed. And he finds the peek round the corner. An important 2v1. And out of nowhere, it feels like. Going to shoot some balloons in celebration. 13 and the lead again for forZe.
It's a mess. It is chaos in the server right now. But forZe are thriving in it. forZe to be called, you'd expect this from Let Us Cook. Like we said, losing that round is going to have some real harsh effects over towards that T side. And we're starting to see them play out. Sounding towards an AK. But aside from that, it's going to be a little bit rough. Twist can buy. He'll be okay. If he wants util, he might have to drop down towards the Galil. The rest of the team really going to be looking all the more uncomfortable. They might even just stick around the 2K mark and maybe have a hero rifle. No, they are going to buy alongside it. So the full investment coming through. Friend will join momentarily. And forZe now that pathway to seeing off their map pick and the series getting wider and wider for them. Double Tech 9, 1 P250, 1 AK, 1 Galil, and a small amount of utility. Not even util being their saving grace does make you feel oh so uncomfortable. I think forZe have got everything left in the locker, in their back pocket to see off their map pick now. Let Us Cook are really starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah, more and more every round, I think, to be honest with you. There's a few cooking puns in there. Boiling over. Boiling point.
There you go.
Maybe I should have just used them. I should have just been confident and used them rather than breaking the fourth wall, you know? Uh-oh. This looks pretty scary, the B burst, I think, that we've got on the cards here. A big tag onto Jerry. He's going to get a lot of information just kind of swinging across like that. We'll spot them out more often than not. And now they don't really know where to go. Apart from forwards, it would seem. Shalfie with a quick trade onto one on the other side of the smoke, though. Result ready to go. Finds two, loses his head. Big fight coming in. It's Twist to beat out Shalfie meanwhile, so there's nobody on this B-bomb site right now. Quick rotation coming in from Crad, and there is indeed an AWPing presence here, but the smoke in the way. It's going to start to dissipate in just a few seconds, and there it is on the crack. That's what he was looking for. Twist getting overzealous and unaware of the gap that was left on that upper smoke. Just going to be friend for a big round for Let Us Cook. Has to be found. Has to be found. Cannot lose this. Otherwise, the game might go with it. I suppose the one saving grace is this was meant to be somewhere down the middle in terms of the buy. Meanwhile, 20 seconds left on the clock to get it down. Should be able to get the plant. They look set to give him that at the very least. Oh, spotted out. Tapped away. If he had the AWP out, that might have been a sure kill. Meanwhile, it's just a distraction for Crad. An open plant coming in. The AWP will finish it off. He didn't really know where to go. He actually manages to get the plant. I don't think forZe realized how good he had it. But no chance at the 1v2 there.
I think he slightly rushed it in a way because Zorta expected a safe plant. And then he realizes, hang on a second, he's right in front of me. This is a freebie. I just see it off. The silver lining, like we said, that bomb plant, all well and good, like we said, for Let Us Cook, where they are right now. Lost bonus and bomb plants is all they've got to work with. forZe getting so close. 2 rounds ahead of Let Us Cook and 2 rounds away from the map, the series, and continuing. Pretty sure I am front run through that upper bracket. Of course, dropping Let Us Cook in towards the lowest. They've already had 2 decent wins under their belt. They took an eyeball as well to put things up. Then Sangal 2-1. Decent teams being defeated to get to this stage, but forZe are looking like just too tough of a match right now. In the clutches, they've always been going the way of forZe, but the start, not bad. Friend or finds Zorta.
Yeah, decent start for them then. The first time in a while that they've had themselves like a stable man advantage they can really work with into the mid stage of the round. Crad. Oh, this is so dangerous. Blitz going to come flying around that corner. He does manage to get one. He's not getting away, though. I think he knew that from that position. He was really banking on, you know, a lone start. Unfortunately, they're all grouped together, so 14-12. It's looking like it might slip away, and we're going the distance on this one, I think.
Essentially. 3 versus 4. There is still that opportunity. Oh my gosh. Gotta say, Shalfie is a very brave man, peeking in towards the AWP. He's got a lot of information. That'll beckon over the rotation, and hang on a second, Jerry barking up. Let Us Cook. They're panicked by that information that Shalfie just gained. So rotating back over towards the B site is the right call because nobody's there. But Jerry has the ability to double back and potentially catch them off guard. It's coming down to the fine margins. Jerry holding and waiting. Could get a freebie as they cross. They walk straight into him, and he finds one and falls away. Time's ticking.
Oh, yeah, there's not a lot of time. They're not ready for Result to be there. So aggressively, Jerry getting the big frag as it is just now, friend. Oh, man, another round that slipped by the wayside. He can't get the kills. They double peeked into him. There was no chance he was winning that. And it looked good from the get-go. It looked like they were going to find it, but no, it falls apart. Again, Let Us Cook letting these, you know, very winnable rounds slip away from them. It's
chaos. It is just chaos right now, and like we were saying, forZe have so consistently thrived in that chaos where, oh my God, Let Us Cook, they just panic. They should have committed over towards A. You know, Shalfie spots him on the jiggle, and yeah, you know, it's a lot of information that Shalfie still gained, but he's so isolated. They know they're going to force them off guard. Doesn't pan out. 15-12. That might be all she wrote. There's a full buy out for Let Us Cook. Triple AK, 1 Galil, an MP7 for Blitz is not a dream buy by any means. The spam coming through actually could cause problems. Getting mighty close. Result, difficult by the flash. Pop will come through. We'll catch Twist as well. He's panicked. There's nowhere to look. Left side and center. And he's sitting in the smoke. Retort will fall. There's the opener.
Okay, something a bit faster coming in. Let us cook, kind of switching it up a little bit. Jerry, meanwhile, position he's not been in. Oh, very often. He's going to hold for one. Maybe try and split the defense here. Couldn't find it. Blitz is there on that MP7. Your inkling was right, Jerry. Unfortunately, just kind of had to jump a little earlier than he wanted to. Meanwhile, Shalfie, speaking of jumpers, goes high, as does his teammate. Zorte actually going to find that frag. They drop down together. Blitz finds Crad. What is going on? It's a 1 versus 1. Shalfie to win the game. Going to get it done. How is that the way that it gets won? Oh, my goodness. We use the word chaos an awful lot, and I think, yeah, rightfully so, my guy. That one was full of mayhem, absolutely mental stuff, but it will be the 2-0 coming in. And a hell of a CT half, you have to say. Only dropping 2 rounds there on the forZe side of things.
You know, I think realistically, we have to give credit towards Let Us Cook. They made a competition. They had a little fight there. I'll give them their dues. But